I pressed the cold barrel of the Glock against my temple, tasting the metallic tang of betrayal on my tongue. My son's voice echoed in my skull. "Mom, you have to understand, it's for the family," but it was his fiancée's smug whisper that shattered me. "Get out, Autumn. You're done here." The trigger squeezed like a lover's final embrace, and the world exploded into white-hot nothingness. But death wasn't the end. It was a goddamn reset button, yanking me back to a morning 5 years earlier, my heart pounding in a body that shouldn't be breathing. The silk sheets tangled around my legs like old ghosts, and I bolted upright, gasping. Sunlight sliced through the floor-to-ceiling windows of my Manhattan penthouse, the kind of view that screamed old money, Hudson River glittering below, fairies slicing the water like forgotten promises. My hands flew to my face, smooth and unlined, no wrinkles from the endless board meetings, no scars from the accident that never happened yet. The clock on the nightstand blinked 7:14 a.m., July 15th, 2020. 5 years before the wedding. Before Emily's forked tongue wrapped around my son's heart and squeezed until it bled me dry. I stumbled to the bathroom mirror, staring at the reflection of a woman I barely recognized, 42, fierce-eyed, with auburn hair cascading like autumn leaves. Autumn Hale, that was me, the name I'd built an empire on. Hale Tech, my cybersecurity firm, was just hitting its stride back then, valued at $50 million and climbing. I'd clawed my way up from a trailer park in Jersey, single mom raising Ethan after his deadbeat dad bailed. Ethan, my golden boy, 16 now, probably snoring in his room down the hall. Innocent. Uncorrupted. Yet. The memories crashed in like a server overload. The rehearsal dinner, Emily's perfect smile as she toasted to new beginnings, her hand possessive on Ethan's arm. Then, the altar, me in the front row, beaming like a fool, until she leaned in during the vows, her breath hot against my ear. "Get out, Autumn. This family's mine now." The guests gasped as she announced it loud, claiming I'd embezzled from the company to fund my lavish lifestyle, backed by forged docs that tanked Hale Tech overnight. Ethan, my Ethan, stood silent, eyes downcast, whispering later it was for us. The fall was swift. Lawsuits, bankruptcy, isolation. I ate a bullet in that penthouse alone while they honeymooned on my dime. But not this time. This time, I was the virus in their system. I'd rewrite the code, line by bloody line. Emily Voss, 25, blonde ambition wrapped in Ivy League polish, was the architect. Cunning as a fox in a henhouse, she'd wormed into Ethan's life at Columbia, where he was pre-law. She'd played the long game, seduced the heir, Marion, then gut the empire from within. Her secret? A side hustle with a rival firm, siphoning Hale Tech's algorithms for pennies. The crime I'd borne? Signing over power of attorney to help with wedding costs, only for her to frame me as the thief. My mistake. Blind trust in family. I dressed in yoga pants and a tank, muscles taut from runs I hadn't taken yet, and padded to the kitchen. Coffee brewed with a hiss, black and bitter, mirroring my resolve. My phone buzzed, a text from my assistant, Lena. Board meeting at 9. Big client pitch. Good. Leverage. But first, Ethan. I crept to his door, cracked it open. He sprawled across the bed, posters of Supreme Court justices on the walls, debate trophies gleaming. My boy. The one who'd choose her over me. Not if I burned the bridge before they crossed it. Downstairs, I fired up my laptop, the old one, clunky by future standards, but it held the keys. I dove into Emily's digital footprint, fingers flying like they had in the FBI days before I went private sector. Social media, innocent posts, sorority sisters, volunteer work at soup kitchens. Bullshit. Deeper, encrypted emails via a VPN, sloppy for her. A trail to Voss Enterprises, her daddy's failing logistics outfit. She'd been pitching Hale Tech's IP to them for months, disguised as consulting gigs. The betrayal stung fresh, but I savored it, fuel for the fire. By noon, I drafted a shadow plan, fortify the company vaults, audit every transaction, plant decoy files laced with trackers. Controversial? Hell yes. I'd have to lie to Ethan, play the doting mom while whispering doubts about his perfect girl. Risky. He worshipped her from day one. But the alternative was death. Again. That evening, Ethan shuffled in from soccer practice, all gangly limbs and easy grins. Mom, you okay? You look intense. I pulled him into a hug, inhaling his teenage sweat and shampoo. Just work, kiddo. Hey, tell me about that girl you met at the library last week. Emily, right? His cheeks flushed.
Yeah, she's
smart. Debating Foucault in the stacks. We're grabbing coffee tomorrow. I smiled, knife edge sharp. Sounds great. Invite her over sometime. I want to meet the girl who's got my son quoting philosophers. As he bounded upstairs, I poured a scotch, neat. The city lights twinkled outside, a million secrets in the skyline. Emily thought she was the hunter, but I was the ghost in the machine, reborn to haunt. The weeks blurred into a calculated dance. I met Emily at a cafe in Soho, all exposed brick and overpriced lattes. She was a vision, porcelain skin, blue eyes like shattered ice, dressed in that effortless chic that screamed trust fund casual. Mrs. Hale, Ethan's told me so much. Your company's revolutionizing cybersec. I'm interning at a startup, nothing like Hale Tech. I sip my espresso, reading her like open source code. Flattery first, then the probe. Call me Autumn. Ethan's raving about your debates. Foucault, huh? Heavy stuff for a sophomore. She laughed, tinkling bells, hiding thorns. Guilty. I love dismantling power structures. Makes you question everything. Who holds the keys, you know? Oh, I knew. By dessert, I'd slipped in a hypothetical. What if a mentor stole your ideas? Her eyes flickered. Microsecond glitch. I'd expose them. Ruthlessly. Brava. I filed it away. Back home. I ramped up the audits. Lena raised an eyebrow at my paranoia. Autumn, you're triple-checking vendor payments? We've been clean for years. Clean gets you killed, Lena. Humor me. Under my breath, I added trackers to the wedding fund I'd earmarked. Ironic, since the nuptials were years off, but I was accelerating. Push Ethan toward her faster. Let the trap spring early. Controversy brewed at the first family dinner. I'd invited Emily over. Candles flickering on the mahogany table, steak rare and red. Ethan chattered about law school dreams. Emily nodded, her foot brushing his under the table. Then, casual as cyanide. Autumn, Ethan's mentioned Hale Tech's expansion. Any room for a fresh perspective? I could consult on ethics compliance. My fork paused midair. Ethics. The word slithered. We're good, thanks. But tell me, your dad's firm, Voss Logistics. Rough seas lately? I hear mergers are tricky. Her smile tightened. Family business. Always drama. But we're resilient. Ethan shot me a look. Mom, chill. I ignored it, pressing. Resilience is key. Speaking of, I updated my will today. Assets to Ethan, but with strings, board approval for any transfers. Can't be too careful with sharks in the water. The air thickened. Emily's laugh was forced. Sharks? In New York? Perished the thought. But her eyes promised war. That night, alone in my office, I uncorked wine and mapped her endgame. From my past life, I knew the moves. She'd get pregnant, fake it if needed, to lock Ethan in. Then, during wedding prep, siphon funds via vendor, accounts tied to Voss. Frame me with doctored ledgers showing I'd greenlit it all. The twist? Ethan was complicit, not by malice, but desperation. Voss promised to fund his law dreams if he persuaded me to step back. My son, my betrayer. The pain twisted like a bad loop. But reincarnation's gift was clarity. Save him from her, or lose him forever. Controversial decision 1. I'd seduce the truth out. Not literally, too messy, but ally with her father, Richard Voss, a blustery relic drowning in debt. Email him anonymously. Your daughter's playing with fire. Hale Tech fire. Want proof? His reply came at dawn. Who is this? Someone who hates losing more than you. We met in a dive bar in Hell's Kitchen, neon buzzing like faulty wiring. Richard Voss, paunchy, silver-haired, smelling of cigars and regret. Talk. I slid over a USB. Early traces of Emily's emails. She's selling my IP to bail you out. Marry my son. Gut my company. We're both pawns. His face purpled. That little. Wait. I leaned in. Help me. And we sink her together. No cops. Too public. Just. Consequences. He swigged bourbon. What's in it for me? Revenge. And a hail tech partnership. Legit. Deals struck. The game escalated. Months in, Ethan proposed. Earlier than before, my nudges working overtime. Mom, it's happening. Emily said yes.
His joy gutted me.
The wedding planning commenced. Venues in the Hamptons, caterers from Michelin stars, a budget ballooning to $200,000. I footed it all, every deposit wired through my accounts, now rigged with breadcrumbs. Emily's mask slipped in snippets. A heated call I overheard. Daddy, it's under control. Hale's signing soon.
Lies.
My trackers pinged transfers to Voss shells. $50K here, $20 there. I let it ride, building the case. Controversial decision, too. Confront Ethan. Over burgers at his favorite spot in Brooklyn, grease dripping like tears.
Sont Emilies.
Ambitious. I found emails. She's using you. He recoiled. Mom, you're paranoid. She's perfect. The company's fine. It's not. She's stealing. I showed him a redacted file. His face crumpled.
No.
She wouldn't.
She did.
In my dream. Close enough. He stormed out, but doubt seated. The rehearsal dinner loomed, a powder keg in a vineyard outside the city. Guests, board members, Ethan's college buds, Emily's sorority vipers. I arrived in black silk, a widow's veil of elegance. Richard cornered me by the bar. It's set. Her accounts freeze tomorrow. Voss pulls out.
Good.
But the show is yours. As vows echoed in practice, Emily glowed, hand on belly, early bump, announced that week. Our little family, she cooed to toasts. Ethan beamed, but his eyes darted to me, fractured. Then the moment, post-dinner, in the garden under string lights, she pulled me aside. Arrogance peaked. Autumn, about the power of attorney for the honeymoon fund, sign it. Ethan's asking. I smiled, slow as poison. Why rush? Her facade cracked. Because it's family. Or are you still playing Queen Bee? The hook sank. Family? Like how you're laundering my money to your dad. Or faking that pregnancy to trap my son. She blanched. You know everything. I stepped closer, voice low. Get out, Emily. Before I make you. Guests milled nearby. Whispers stirred. Ethan approached, face ashen. What's going on? She whirled. Your mother's insane. Accusing me. I held up my phone, live feed from Richard. Frozen accounts, Voss logo glaring. Check your email, sweetheart. Daddy's confession. All of it. The chaos erupted. Emily shrieked, lunging for the phone. I sidestepped. Controversial decision 3. No mercy. Ethan, she's done. Wedding's off. Payments canceled, every cent. He staggered.
Mom.
Canceled. Watch. I tapped the app. Wires reversing in real time. Venue. Refunded. Florist voided. Her dress designer. Blocked. $200,000 evaporating like mist. Screams from Emily. You bitch. This was mine. She clawed at Ethan. Tell her. We need this. He shoved her back. Gentle but firm. We? It was always about the money. The garden froze. Scandals blooming like nightshade. Board members murmured. Her friends scattered. Richard emerged from shadows, face grim. Emily Carr.
Now.
She spat venom. You'll regret this, Autumn. All of you. But as cops arrived, not mine, hers calling fraud, I watched her dragged away, cuffs glinting. Twist. The pregnancy? Ultrasound in my pocket negative. Fake all along. Ethan collapsed into my arms, sobbing. I almost.
Go, Mom, I'm sorry.
I held him, reborn, heart aching. We fix it. Together. The fallout was a media circus. Tech mogul's son dumps gold digger at altar. Hail tech surged, my instincts hailed as genius. Richard? Partnered. Voss saved legitimately.
Emily?
Disbarred dreams. Rotting in a plea deal for fraud.
Me?
I sold the penthouse. Moved to a brownstone in Brooklyn with Ethan. Law school funded clean. New love bloomed slow. A detective from the case. Shared scars over coffee. Death's reset wasn't vengeance alone. It was second chances. But late nights, scotch in hand, I wondered. Was the bullet worth it? Hell yes. Because this time I won. The morning after the vineyard implosion dawned gray and relentless, rain lashing the Hamptons estate like judgment from the gods. I stood on the veranda, coffee steaming in my grip, watching taillights fade, Emily's sorority crew peeling out, tires spitting gravel. Ethan was inside, curled on the couch, the weight of betrayal carving hollows under his eyes. 21, on the cusp of manhood, and I'd just detonated his future. Controversial? Understatement. Disowning your son's happiness for the greater good felt like amputating a limb to save the body. Lena called as I nursed the mug. Boss, the wire's cleared. Full refunds. But Twitter's exploding. Hail wedding crash. You okay? Okay's relative. I glanced at the headlines on my phone. Heiress humiliated. Bride-to-be busted in wedding wire fraud. No mention of the fake bump yet. That gem I'd hold for leverage. Damage control. Spin it as preemptive ethics audit. Hail Tech stands for integrity. She chuckled. Dry as gin. Your force, Autumn. Ethan's? Shattered. I'll handle. Hanging up, I steeled myself. Reincarnation's edge was foresight, but mending a broken trust? That was improv. Inside, the air hung heavy with wilted roses and regret. Ethan looked up, red-rimmed. She lied about everything. The baby. Us. I sat beside him, arm around shoulders that still fit my embrace. I know, but you saw the signs deep down. We all do, until we don't. Why'd you push so hard? Cancelled it all. In front of everyone. Hurt laced his words, a son's accusation. Because last time, I caught myself. No spilling the suicide script. Intuition. And love. Losing you to her would have killed me slower. He leaned in, boy, again. Last time? Figurative. Lie smooth as silk. Come on. Home. Brooklyn's calling. The drive back was silent symphony. Wipers thwacking, radio murmuring traffic. Manhattan swallowed us, steel canyons echoing the void in my chest. At the brownstone, bought that week, sight unseen, I unpacked boxes while Ethan crashed. My new life, smaller, safer. No penthouse isolation, just creaky floors and neighborly nods. But revenge's afterglow faded fast. Emily didn't slink away. She lawyered up, a shark from her daddy's old firm, suing for defamation and breach. Court date loomed in weeks, a spectacle primed for tabloids. Richard texted. She's raging. Blames me. Hold the line. I replied. Always. Then, deeper dive. Her prison calls, leaked via a PI I'd hired in my paranoia phase. Rants to sorority sisters. Autumn hails a witch. I'll bury her.
Q.
But the twist gnawed. Ethan's complicity. In my death timeline, he'd signed the forgeries, tears in his eyes, claiming she said it was temporary. Forgiven? Maybe. Forgotten? Never. Controversial decision 4. Therapy. Not for me. I had ghosts enough, but Ethan. I booked Dr. Reyes, a no-nonsense shrink in Chelsea. Sessions paid from petty cash. Talk it out, kid. Or it'll fester. He resisted.
Mom, I've seen it.
You're not. And neither was I, after your dad. Ghost of husbands past. Jake, the charmer who vanished with our savings, leaving me pregnant and pissed. Fuel for Hail Tekka's rise. First session, he emerged quieter. Progress. Meanwhile, Hail Tech hummed. Board meeting. I strode in, power suit crisp, unveiling the audit as innovation. Gentlemen, ladies, we dodged a bullet. New protocols. AI sentinels on all transfers. Competitors salivate. We starve them. Applause. Stocks ticked up 3%. Lena winked. Vindication tastes sweet. But Emily's shadow loomed. Paparazzi camped the brownstone, flashes like accusatory eyes. One night, a brick through the window, note attached, payback's a bride. Cops dusted, but no prints. I upped security. A burly ex-Marine named Marco shadowing us. Ethan cracked during a late dinner. Pizza on the stoop, summer humidity thick. I loved her mom. Thought she was real. Pain's the price of trust. I squeezed his hand. But you're Hale. We rebuild. He nodded, tentative smile. Law school still on? Double. I clinked my slice to his. Rebirth's gift, no bankruptcy specter. Funds intact, empire fortified. Twist brewed in the court prep. My lawyer, sharp as nails Miranda, unearthed gold. Emily's emails to a lover, some finance bro in the Voss orbit. Not just fraud, Autumn. Adultery angle. Scandal multiplier. Controversial? Weaponizing heartbreak. Use it. But gentle. Ethan doesn't need more gore. Trial day, federal courthouse in Foley Square. Marble halls echoing footsteps like heartbeats. Emily entered, gaunt in Chanel, flanked by suits. Our eyes met, hers venom, mine ice. Ethan testified first, voice steady. She manipulated me. Forged my sig. I didn't know. Gasps. Her lawyer objected. Judge overruled. Then me. Ms. Hale, motive? Miranda prompted. Survival. I faced jury, blue-collar mix, New York grit. She targeted my family, my legacy. Stole code that protects millions. For what? A failing empire. Emily's turn. Tears, crocodile. Autumn's obsessed. Jealous of my youth, my love for Ethan. Laughter rippled. Then, the bomb. Projected emails, lovers' sexts. Tell daddy it's over. Autumn sniffing. Courtroom erupted. Judge banged gavel. Emily fled to chambers, sobbing. Verdict. Fraud guilty. Defamation dismissed. Sentence. 3 years white collar. Restitution full. Outside. Flashes blinded. Ethan hugged me fierce. You saved us. Not yet. Whispered, for the real twist. Her cell whispers, plotting appeal. But I'd planted one last seed. A friend in her legal team, feeding doubts. Post-trial haze. Ethan thrived, clerking for a judge, eyes clear. Me? Dates with Detective Ruiz, Raphael. Broad shoulders, laugh like gravel and honey. First kiss on the High Line, city lights winking approval. You're a hurricane, Autumn. Gust of wind. But inside, calm. No guns echo. Yet one loose end. The fake pregnancy. I confronted her in lockup. Plexiglass between. Why the lie? She sneered. Leverage. Like you use everything. Truth sets free. I slid a photo. Ultrasound blank. Or destroys. Her crumble. Ethan. He deserved better. Then you. I walked out, chains clanking behind. Summer waned, leaves turning my namesake hue. Ethan met a girl. Real, bookish, no agendas. Wedding? Years off, but I'd vet gently. Reborn, I learned. Revenge isn't the end. It's the forge. And in the fire, we emerge stronger, scars and all. But late, in the brownstone quiet, I trace the Hudson from my window. No, Brooklyn rooftops now. Death's bargain. Live fierce, love cautious. Emily's ghost? Fading. Mean? Eternal vigil. Fall painted Brooklyn in fire. Reds and golds mirroring the blaze I'd lit under Emily's world. The brownstones settled into rhythm. Mornings with Raphael's coffee runs, his cop stories trading for my tech war tales. Evenings with Ethan, dissecting case law over takeout tie. Hail Tech. A juggernaut now, contracts pouring in from DC to Silicon Valley. Fort Knox of data, headlines crowed. My shadow plan, those AI sentinels, had viraled, licensing deals stacking like poker chips. But peace was fragile code, prone to glitches. Emily's appeal hit the docket, a venomous writ claiming coerced testimony from Ethan. Her new lawyer, a sleaze from her lover's firm, smelling blood. Miranda scoffed over brunch at Sarah Beth's. Frivolous. But it'll drag, 6 months, headlines. Drags her weapon. I forked eggs Benedict, appetite steal. Controversial decision 5. Go public. Not mudsling but memoir. Reborn in betrayal, a mother's fight for legacy. Ghostwriter tapped, outline raw. My rise, the wedding crash, no holds on the fraud. Therapeutic, I told Ethan.
He balked.
Mom, it'll immortalize the mess. Better than silence. She wants war? I'll write the history. Penned in fevered nights, it poured out. Jersey roots, Jake's abandonment, Ethan's birth as my anchor. The dream, veiled as nightmare premonition. Emily as villainous, cunning lines like her Foucault rants twisted into manifesto. Twist within, my guilt. I ignored red flags for harmony's sake.
Lesson?
Trust but verify. Publisher snatched it, auction frenzy. Advance, 7 figures. Ethan read drafts, nodded slow. Proud of you. Even the parts where I'm the idiot. You're human. Hug tight. Raphael read too, over wine on my fire escape.
Raw.
Real. His hand on mine, calluses from service weapon. Like you. Kiss deepened, heat building. Bed that night, slow unravel, bodies mapping scars, his bullet graze from a bust, mine invisible from the bullet I never took. Post-glow, he murmured. You ever feel haunted? Always. Truth half spilled, died once. Or close. He chuckled. Metaphors hail? Literal enough. Sleep came easy beside him. Emily's counterpunch. Leaked audio. Me in lockup, threatening. Distorted, but viral. Autumn threat trends. Trolls baying, bully mom. Board waivers. Stocks dip 2%.
Lena Rollois, PR Blitz.
Your book drops first. Launch at Strand. Crowds snaking blocks. I spoke, voice steady. This isn't revenge. It's warning. Women like Emily prey on trust. I fought back for my son, my company. Every mom grinding. Q&A. A reporter, sharp-suited. Regrets? The cancellation's harsh. Harsh saves lives. Applause swells. Book climbs charts. But the real storm, Ethan's exes. Sorority whispers reached him. Emily's smear. He knew. Complicit. Dates fizzled. His bookish girl ghosted. Toxic legacy. Text read. He spiraled. Nights out till dawn. I confronted over cold cereal. Talk. It's me now. Marked. Anger flared. You exposed us all.
To heal.
But doubt crept. Had I overreached? Controversial 6. Tough love. Move out. Sublet in the village.
Learn solo.
His face. Betrayal echo. Kicking me? Launching. Like I did at your age.
Doorschlemd. Silence echoed.
Raphael found me pacing. Give him space. You're right, growth hurts. We walked the bridge. Manhattan skyline mocking. What if I broke him worse? You saved him. His arm anchored. Proposal whispered weeks later. Rings simple gold. Marry me? Build new ghosts.
Tears.
Yes. But vows pending, irony's gift. Emily's appeal hearing. Chilly December courtroom. Snow flurrying outside. She testified, poised in cashmere. Autumn orchestrated it. Power grab.
Lies.
My rebuttal. Book excerpts projected. PI footage of her lover's payoffs.
Judge. Dismissed.
Frivolous. She cracked post-ruling, lunging in hall. You stole my life. You stole mine first. Security hauled her. Raphael's badge flashed warning. Aftermath. Book tour whirlwind. Keynotes on empowerment.
Ethan?
Called from village bar. Miss you. Reading the book.
Saw the
Forgiven. Beers that night. Mending threads. Twist deepened. Richard's confession. Full. Oversteak at Delmonico's. Emily. Always scheming. Modeled after me. Worst parts. He slid docs Voss ledgers, her teen hacks on school servers. Keep it. For the boy. Ethan read, jaw set. Grandpa material? Richard chuckled. Redemption arc. Spring bloomed. My wedding to Raphael's small, rooftop, cherry blossoms. Ethan best man, toast heartfelt. To second chances. Mom died inside once. Reborn stronger. Guess gasped, my slip?
No, his gift.
I caught breath. Raphael squeezed hand. Honeymoon in Napa, vines heavy. But phone buzzed. Emily paroled early. Good behavior. Address. Halfway house in Queens. Loose end, I told Raphael. Or closure. Controversial 7 visit. Plexiglass again. Her thinner, eyes dull. What now, winner? Forgive.
Lie.
Move on. But no. Ethan's thriving. No thanks to you. She laughed bitter.
He was weak.
Like you said. Was. I rose. Stay away. Out, air sweet. Closure?
Nah.
Vigilance. Summer heat wave. Ethan graduated Columbia, Summa. Job at Hale Tech. Entry, earned. Girl? New, artist type, tattoos and honesty. Vets out, he joked. My empire? Billion valuation. Philanthropy arm. Scholarships for single moms in tech. But nights, dreams. Gun barrel cold. Wake sweating, Raphael's arms anchor. Still here. Reborn's curse. Memory eternal. Gift. Life reclaimed. Yet one whisper. Emily's latest, job at a startup, reformed. Trackers? Always on. 2 years post-vineyard. The brownstone. No. Our Brooklyn row house now. Raphael's badge on the mantle. Hummed with improbable normalcy. Mornings. His pancakes. Lopsided but loved. Ethan's drop-ins. Law firm tales peppered with that artist's sketches. Hale Tech HQ gleamed in Midtown. My office, a glass airy overlooking chaos tamed. The memoir? Bestseller turned film option. Hollywood buzzing, gritty mom thriller.
Idée gran lit, conditions, no witawash. Emilies parole shadow l'antenne sutel.
PI reports. Waitressing in Queens. Clean but eyes darting. Lover dumped her. Daddy's funds dried. Schadenfreude? A sip, not the bottle. But vigilance coded deep, trackers on her devices, anonymous tips to her PO. Controversial decision 8. Mentor her rival. A young coder, Lena's protege, poached by Voss 2.0. Emily's startup gig, ironic. Teach her everything, I told Lena. Except mercy. Why?
Lena eyed me.
Balance. Pay it forward, twisted. Ethan's wedding loomed, small, park affair, his girl Mia in thrift store lace. No drama, Mom? He grinned, tux rumpled. Promise. But fate's a glitch. Rehearsal picnic, Central Park, blankets and blues. Mia's fam mingled, eclectic, tattoo artists, poets. Then, her, Emily, uninvited, lurking by the Bethesda fountain. Blonde faded, smile forced.
Ethan. Congrats.
He froze, Mia tensed. I stepped forward, shield. Leave. Just well wishes. Her eyes on me. Old fire. Heard about the book. Inspiring. Go. Raphael's hand on my elbow. Subtle warning. She lingered, whispered to Ethan. Missed you. Then gone. Night. Ethan vented over whiskey. Why show? Closure? Or poison? I hugged him. Married tomorrow. Let it go. Ceremony. Dawn light on the lawn. Vows simple. In sickness, health, no gold diggers. Laughter. I teared. Raphael's ring, heavy comfort. Mia's kiss to his cheek. Family now. Reception. Jazz trio, cake crooked. But toast time. Twist uncoiled. Mia's uncle, grizzled vet, raised glass. To Autumn. Heard your story. Reminds me. Fight smart, love hard. Applause. Then my turn. Ethan, you are my reset. Mia, welcome to the code.
Pause.
And to ghosts, stay buried. Murmurs.
Later, Rafael. Cryptic.
Therapy.
Wink.
Honeymoon redux for them. Road trip, Route 66. Us. Staycation, house quiet. But email pinged. Anonymous. Emily's handle ghost. Enjoy the win. But wins flip. Threat?
Bait.
I traced. Queen's IP. Her halfway. Forwarded to PO. Violation. Reincarceration pending. Fallout minimal. Life accelerated. Ethan clerked federal. Mia illustrated children's books. Cyber heroes. Natch. Baby on horizon. Hail Ruiz 2.0, he joked. My controversial 9. Board seat for Ethan.
Earn it, I said.
He did, reform sharp. Emily's final act. Letter. Forwarded from lockup. You won. But I see it, your eyes, same hunger. We're mirrors, autumn. Reborn? Or just delayed death? Chilling. Burned it. Ashes in the Hudson. Wait, East River now. But truth lingered. Reincarnation's not linear. That bullet? Echoed in every choice, every scar. Winter Gala. Hail Tech Holiday. Met Steps red carpet. Raphael in tux, devastating. Ethan, Mia glowing, bump showing. Grandma Autumn, he teased. Early.
Laugh.
Speech. From betrayal to bounty. Thanks to seconds, chances, lives. Ovation. After party. Raphael pulled me to balcony, city sprawl below. Proud. Fierce. Kiss, snow flurrying. You. Every glitch. Twist finale. Spring, Mia's shower. Gift. Onesie, future hacker. Laughter. But door knock. Richard, frail now, cane tapping. Grandkid? Sorta. Ethan awkward. Emily. Cancer. Stage 4. Asks forgiveness. Room stilled. I met her in hospital, sterile white, machines beeping dirge. Wasted, but eyes clear. Autumn. Emily. Lost it all. You. Won.
Soft.
But hollow sometimes. She nodded. Tell Ethan.
Sorry.
Real. I will. Hand squeeze brief.
Peace.
She died weeks later. Obit small. Ethan mourned quiet. Complicated. Forgiven.
My gift.
Years blurred. Grandkid, cybersecurity was at 10. Hail Tech Global. Raphael retired. Us traveling, Amalfi Cliffs, Tokyo Neon. Ethan senator bound. Mia's art in MoMA.
Me?
Memoir sequel. Echoes of rebirth. Hint at the impossible veiled. Readers speculate, I smile. Last night, brownstone no. Villa in Tuscany now, fire crackling. Raphael snores soft. I sip Chianti, penning this. Death's reset? Not magic will. Betrayal sting? Faded to wisdom. But if the barrel presses again?
Idepul, Raurita neu.
Because autumn hail doesn't end.
She evolves.
The end?
Nah.
Just the hook for next loop.